If you're serious about building long-term wealth, there's one account that can quietly change your financial future, and most people don't fully understand why. This account is called a Roth IRA, and if it's used correctly, it can create something extremely powerful: tax-free income in retirement. Hi, I'm Tim. I'm a certified financial planner, and my goal is to make personal finance easy to understand and actually useful. Today, I want to break down exactly how a Roth IRA works, why it can be so powerful, and when it makes the most sense. Let's start with the basics. A Roth IRA is a retirement account that you fund with after-tax dollars. That means you don't get a tax deduction today, but in exchange for that, your investment grows tax-free, and qualified withdrawals in retirement are also tax-free. That combination of tax-free growth and tax-free income is what makes this account so unique. To qualify for tax-free withdrawals, you must meet a few conditions. First, you must be at least 59 and a half years old, and second, the account must be open for 5 years. If those two conditions are met, the growth is never taxed. That's very different from a traditional IRA or a 401k, where you receive a tax deduction today but pay income tax later when we withdraw the funds. A Roth IRA flips that structure. You pay taxes now, but you avoid taxes later. Here's where the math starts to matter. Let's say you contribute $7,500 per year for just 10 years and earn an average annual return of 7%. Over time, that could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, imagine withdrawing that money in retirement. In a traditional IRA, every dollar that you withdraw is taxed as income. In a Roth IRA, none of it is. Not the contributions, not the growth. That means the compounding effect works without interruption, and the withdrawals don't shrink from taxation later on. Over decades, that difference can be significant, and it becomes even more valuable if tax rates rise in the future. A Roth IRA tends to make the most sense in a few situations. First, you're earlier in your career and your income is relatively low compared to where you expect it to be later in your career. Paying taxes at a lower rate today in exchange for tax-free withdrawals later can be very strategic. Second, you expect to be in a higher tax bracket in retirement. Many people assume they'll be in a lower tax bracket when they retire, but that's not always the case. Between Social Security, required minimum distributions, pensions, and other retirement income sources, income can still be substantial. Third, if you value flexibility, Roth IRAs do not have required minimum distributions, and that means you're not forced to withdraw at age 75. That gives you control over your taxable income in retirement. There are a few additional benefits. Contributions, not earnings, can be withdrawn at any time whatsoever without taxes or penalties. That provides flexibility if you need access to those funds before age 59 and a half. A Roth IRA also creates tax diversification in retirement. Having both pre-tax and Roth accounts gives you options. You can strategically choose which account to withdraw from depending on your tax bracket and tax year. Roth accounts can be very valuable for estate planning. Heirs receive distributions tax-free, which can be extremely powerful over time. With all the benefits that come with a Roth IRA, it's important to be balanced. A Roth IRA is not always the best option. If you're currently in a very high tax bracket and expect to be in a significantly lower bracket in retirement, a traditional IRA might make more sense. Also, there are income limits for direct Roth IRA contributions. For higher income earners, a backdoor Roth strategy may be necessary. With that, introduces additional complexities that need to be handled properly. The key point is, a Roth IRA is a tool, and like any tool, it needs to fit your situation. If you decide a Roth IRA makes sense, here's how to keep it simple. 1. Contribute consistently and automate those contributions if possible. 2. Invest the contributions and don't let cash sit idle. 3. Keep the investment strategy diversified and aligned with your risk tolerance. And 4. Think long term. The power of a Roth IRA doesn't come from 1 year, it comes from decades. A Roth IRA isn't flashy. It doesn't give you a tax deduction today, but tax-free growth and tax-free income in retirement can be one of the most powerful advantages for long-term investors. If you're eligible, it's worth understanding how it fits into your overall financial plan. The earlier you start, the more time compounding has to work on your side. If this helped clarify how Roth IRAs actually work, please let me know in the comments.